This video is a tutorial on editing the Macbuilds website. This website was prepared for Macbuilds by Tech Solutions on October 1st, 2012. The first step we're going to go through here is how to log into the editor. To do so, you first go to the website, and then up in the address bar, you add a backslash here, and you type in wp-admin. This will bring you to the login screen, and here you will enter your credentials that should have been provided to you. And then you're into the website dashboard. So this is the spot that will show you some of the key information that you might want to look at as far as your website and the content in it. For purposes for updating and changing the content on this website, which is really geared for real estate properties, you will primarily need to focus in on posts. Click on post here. This section lists all the properties and the information about those properties. We're going to start with showing you how to add a new property to the website. The first section here is to enter the title up here. We're going to use the One Cobtail Way property as that. The next step is to enter in the caption that will show up on the summary section of this property, and I'll show you that in a second. So I just did copy and paste. And what this represents is, if we go to here, this is that summary section that I'm referring to right here or down here, and then this is that section, that caption. Next, we're going to just follow the form here, pretty straightforward. We're going to enter the price. Not sure if I got that price right. The next section is the second caption. They call it the product description, and this we're leaving blank. This wasn't provided to us, but I'll show you where this will show up. If you look on the website and on a listing and click to go to its main page, that description potentially would show up in here. So we've left it with just the basic form information about the property, but that option exists for you to enter that information here. Next, we're going to add all the pictures to the website, and we'll start with adding the feature image, and this is the image that will show up on the main summary section of the website, as well as in the slideshow. So I'll just show you what that picture is. So in this case, that would be this image, and this is the slideshow, or this image in the summary. So we will go back to our section here and click on Set Featured Image. Then we're going to select File, select the photo file, and then you go and locate that file. And we know this is the photo 1 for this case. After that's uploaded the file, you see the process here. You see the picture. You just go down to the bottom and you say Use as Featured Image. Save all changes, and then we delete, get out of that section. Now we're going to go ahead and enter the thumbnails or the other pictures that we want to show up on the website. And again, what I mean by that is, if we go here and we look at a listing, say such as this one, those other pictures would be these. So this is very similar to the featured image section. Simply click Upload Image. We'll select the file. Now in this case, we actually already uploaded this file, but we can just go ahead and click it again here. We need to include that main feature image as part of the thumbnails so that it will also show up when you click on the listing. And I'll explain that in 1 second. And then here you want to say insert into post, not use as featured image. So it's insert into post. And then now that picture is now inserted into the post. What I mean by making sure that the main listing page has the first photo in it, you need to make sure it's right here so that it will also show up in this rotating view of the various pictures for a property. And we proceed to do each photo in the same fashion. Go to the bottom, insert into post. Same thing, next one. Insert into post, and etc. We'll just add one more here. Insert into post at the bottom, and we are set. We then move down past these picture spots and then go to property type. In here, this is a house, we'll call it that. You can use other terms if you want to call it land or condo, as they show here in the example. Number of bedrooms, and I'm not sure if I recall this properly, but let's just assume for argument's sake that it's 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Number of garage bays, 3. And square footage, I think this is somewhere around 5,114 square feet. This is an option that you probably want to check, and that allows the property to integrate into Google Maps with the correct address. And so here, if we are going to choose that, we're going to say enter the address as such. And now I'll show you what this will look like for another property. So if we go to this one, we see here that there's a Google map showing the property, and this is a common feature I'm sure you've seen on other websites. Okay, returning back here, we have now provided all the main information we need that's going to be in the article describing the property. Now we need to identify the property as far as categories, and this will ensure that it's easy for people to locate the property. And what I mean by that is if we go to the site, you see here on the sidebar there are 4 various criteria that you can choose. So house for sale, land for sale, price, square footage, and location. So each property needs to be identified with the right category. The first thing you need to determine is whether the property is going to be a featured property in the slideshow. And what I mean by that is if we go back to the home page, this slideshow here is the featured properties. So we will include this in the featured property. We next want to choose whether this is houses for sale or land, and we'll choose houses. Pick the price. This is over $1 million. Square footage, over 4,500. In town, Simsbury. And then that's it. So you just kind of look at all the categories and make sure you pick one each of those various spots. At this point, the listing has been completed, and you have 2 options. As an aside, if you are doing this work and stop in the middle and aren't able to complete it, you can always say save draft. Or if you're done and you just want to take a look at it, you can hit preview. And this will now bring up the site as we've listed it, the site page, the property page. And this is the information. We see the information here as far as the characteristics. Here are the thumbnail. Here are the pictures, I mean. Here's the Google map. And that pretty much is all the information we entered. So if that looks good, we can X out of there. And we can now just click Publish. And this will now publish our property to the website, and it's now live. Now go to the website, and you need to hit refresh. This is important because it needs to get the new information we just saved to it. And now we see we have our Simsbury property and the Suffield property, which is the other one that was here before. If we click on the Simsbury property, we can click here or here. We will see the listing as we intended it to be, right in this fashion.